Well, hello, friends, and welcome back once again. I think, was this March 21st already? Time is flying by, let me tell you. The year is just going. Okay, so when was this? Back in, oh man, I'm gonna bore you trying to think. Back in the first part of February, end of January, first part, I think it was the end of January. Ghostbusters Afterlife came out on 4K, Blu-ray, and DVD and digital. And there was like a few different combinations you could have purchased it. Well, when it came out, I went boom. I went straight to Target. Nothing. Actually, that's not true. They had the 4K version, 4K digital with Blu-ray. But I didn't want 4K. I don't have a 4K player, and it's like, well, what's the point? But I really want to see this movie. I didn't go to the theater to watch Afterlife. Just lots of reviews for the last couple of years, really kind of like telling me how wonderful this was. Then I went to Target, went to Walmart, I went to Best Buy. Nobody had a copy of it. Everything was out. And what I was looking for was a DVD digital, because I've got the other two movies in DVD digital, and I thought the three of them together would look really cool. I couldn't find it. I looked and looked. I finally said, you know what, enough is enough. And I got a hold of it last week, and I'm just now doing the review, unfortunately. I've been quite busy. But last week, I finally found it, and I found one copy. I think it was at Walmart. I found a copy at Walmart. And I go to them constantly, but I did not find my DVD version. I only found the Blu-ray digital DVD. It's got Blu-ray DVD digital, so it's got the DVD, but it's not the DVD case. I really like the DVD case, and the artwork on this is pretty cool. So a lot of different thoughts here. I was thinking about, they have one where it's part one, part two, and part three all in one Blu-ray case. I was thinking about doing that. It would save a lot of space on the shelves, that kind of stuff. But at $32, I was like, it's a little bit much. I'm not sure if I want to do that. So, anyways, I just went ahead and bought this. I was tired. I wanted it, so I bought it. And unfortunately, the slip, which I'm not a big slip fan, but the slip and the cover are the same. Okay, so enough about, the physical media. Okay, we got it. It is what it is. I'm going to give you a little backstory here, because I want to bore the crud out of you. I'm a child of the 80s and the early 90s, so like a child, right? And I grew up on watching Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2. They were my thing. I watched them over and over and over and over again. And for years, we're talking like almost 30 years, of being told that, well, we're going to make a third one. There's a third one coming. We're going to end up getting a third one. There's going to be a third one. There's going to be part three. It's going to wrap everything up. We're going to have a third one. It's going to be a third one. We're going to have a third one. Like they did with Back to the Future. A third one, a third one, a third one. And it never happened. Bill Murray, I guess, or whatever, decided, you know what? It's not good enough. I don't want it. I don't want to be no part of it. Blah, 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 whatever. And so it just never happened. Well, then they came out a couple of years ago with Ghostbusters with the girls, with the girl crew. And it's a good movie if you look at it on its own, independently, without merging it with the first two, because it doesn't feel like the first two. It doesn't have the same special effects. It doesn't have the feeling. It doesn't have the unity with the old cast. It just doesn't have. It doesn't feel like a part three. It just doesn't. And I'm, the casting and stuff, I'm fine with that. That's not my problem. My problem is that they changed Echo One. They changed so much of it, and it just didn't feel right. And it was almost like it was a spoof, really. It felt like a spoof. There was just joking around and comedy to it. Not enough heart and soul. Well, the original director of the first two movies, his son actually directed Afterlife. And he also, I believe, is the writer and a producer for it. He grew up as well with it. Grew up on set watching it happen. He knew about it. He had a passion for it a lot different than we did, being just the viewer. And most of his life, I think he wanted to do part 3 and just didn't know how to do it. And I guess it just came to him one day and he just got it and it just made sense. And he said, you know what? This is how it's going to go. And he wrote it. I have to tell you how proud I am of this movie. This movie was and is the part 3 to the Ghostbusters that us fans have wanted for years. The special effects are right on the money. The comedy is on the money. The little gags that bring you back to the first two are on the money. I mean, they're not overdone. They're funny as heck. The little State Puff marshmallow guys. It's hilarious. It's funny. It gives a little comedy gag, and yet, I mean, it's funny. It works. It absolutely works. And spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it yet. First off, if you haven't seen it yet, you've got to see this movie. I'm not giving you a choice. You have to watch this film. This film is amazing. At the very end of the movie, this is where I'm going to spoil it for you if you haven't seen it. At the very end of the movie, I think is when, for me, it wraps everything up. So it's about a granddaughter and a grandson of my brain is skipping me. The guy with the one with the glasses, the real nerdy one with the glasses. He actually died. He died a while ago, and I think that was part of why they never did a second one. Or a third movie. I think of the first two movies as being one. Because I always watch them back to back. It's like you literally could watch the first one all the way through to the third one and make it one movie and get rid of all the credits. It would be amazing. It just flows. It just flows. It's amazing. Anyways, the CGI that they did with him was so spot on. They did such a fantastic job. You literally could not tell that it wasn't him. It was amazing. Absolutely amazing. And it looks even better in high definition because I watched it in DVD and I watched it again in Blu-ray, kind of trying to see like if it was any better. It is better. The Blu-ray version is way better. Well, I didn't say way better. It's crisper. It's sharper. You can tell the difference between the two. At least I can on my big TV. So amazing. Absolutely amazing. It was closure, I think, for our I kind of consider myself a Ghostbuster fanatic. I love the Ghostbusters. And this was definitely the best movie they could have done. I don't think they could have done any better. Everything was amazing. The acting, the scripting, the gags, there it is right there at the bottom. A new classic. It is. It's perfect. And it is a new classic. I am very proud to own this. And I am definitely adding this to my collection with pride. Like I said, they did such a fantastic job with it. So, all right, enough with boring the crud out of you. I do apologize for that. I don't want to bore the crud out of you. But Anywho, I'm completely blown away. Where's they are in there? I'm completely blown away. They are absolutely amazing, and definitely a must see film. And yeah, great. Just as good as the first two, if not just a slight bit better. So, all right, y'all. I just wanted to come out here and throw you my feelings, my thoughts on it. You have yourselves a fantastic rest of your day. Thank you so much for being here with me. If you're still here and you're still watching, if hit the subscribe button, thumbs up, comment down below. Tell me what you thought of this movie. And yeah, so all right, I'm out.